Access it. Using wheelchairs on buses.
My wife and I went out one Sunday morning to actually get the newspapers. I happened to meet my nephew down there and we went out and we were body surfing. I'd been surfing probably half an hour when a wave, I picked the wrong wave, or the wave picked me. It picked me up and dumped me in my head, and I ended up with a spinal cord injury. Physically, I went from your normal, average, healthy adult male to an independent quadriplegic. It's a huge change, obviously. It's always been my policy, if it's something I really can't control, accept it and get on with it if you can, which I've tried to do.
Both the federal government and New South Wales government are committed to a target that will be achieved in stages to ensure all timetabled bus services will be accessible for wheelchairs by 2022. Accessible public transport is about creating flexible environments that enable all users to gain the maximum benefit. We hope you too will see the benefits of accessing buses. 25% of all timetabled bus services were made wheelchair accessible by the 31st of December 2007. 55% of all timetabled bus services are to be wheelchair accessible by the 31st of December 2012. 80% of all timetabled bus services are to be wheelchair accessible by 31st of December 2017. And all public transport services are to fully comply with the relevant standards for accessibility by the 31st of December 2022. If you are in a wheelchair and haven't used buses, but have considered them as an option for travel, the first thing you will need to do is ensure your wheelchair or mobility aid will enable you to board a bus. Dimensions. All wheelchair users should get to know the size of their wheelchairs. The combined weight of the wheelchair and passenger must be less than 200 kilos. The total width needs to be less than 0.8 of a metre to access the ramp. Your wheelchair must fit in an allocated space of 0.8 of a metre by 1.3 metres wide and be able to turn in an area of just over 2 metres by 1.5 metres. Stability. The wheelchair must have effective brakes to be able to withstand acceleration, stopping, cornering and pitching of buses. If your bus company provides restraints, your wheelchair may need to have an anchor point. Manoeuvrability. Be able to negotiate a vertical lip at the beginning of the ramp. Batteries. Electric mobility aids may need to comply with regulations governing the carriage of batteries on public transport.
I was born with spina bifida. I used to walk up until I was 14, and then I was in the chair from 14 onwards to now, because I had an operation on my foot that went totally wrong. So that's why I'm in the chair. I always want to be independent. Catching a bus for the first time is hopefully going to go really well, and I'll be able to catch them from now on and hopefully get to work by myself instead of relying on people to drive me to work. I just want to do it independently. The worry that I did have, or I do have, is getting carried into a bus, which I thought people, if they needed to catch a bus that are in wheelchairs, they had to get carried in because of the stairs. But now, I can't wait to catch a bus to see what it's like.
All members of the public who want to board a bus are valued equally. Space is allocated in particular areas of the bus for people who need to board in a wheelchair.
Excuse me, baby, I'm going to have to ask you to move. This is a wheelchair priority area. And a little lassie wants to get on in a wheelchair.
Okay.
Fine. Okay? Right. Sorry to inconvenience you. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Nice day.
For you to correctly board a bus in a wheelchair, the driver will lower the bus and then lower the wheelchair accessible ramp, either manually or mechanically. Stay back until the driver indicates for you to board.
There you go. Want a hand?
Yes, please.
When you get on the bus, it's important to do as the bus signs indicate. Where possible, the safest way to travel is with your back to the direction of travel. Manoeuvre into position and apply your brakes immediately.
Right. Let's get this up and we'll be on our way.